It's almost February. Look at the soybeans behind me. You're probably thinking, oh, he's got all the fancy equipment to get those in, soil test, all kinds of work, right? Well, I can tell you no. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can put in a soybean plot like this. I even had my 5-year-old and my 11-year-old do a lot of the work. And look at the end result. This is with no fertilizer. It came in great. I mean, little half-acre plot. Not to mention the deer liked them too. I mean, this plot got absolutely hammered. And I had some giant deer in here. My biggest deer I ever shot, 170-inch Wisconsin monster. I'll show you guys at the end of the video if you stick around. He was in here every week eating these soybeans in September and October. Without this soybean plot, I would not have killed him. 100% believer. Soybeans, Eagle Seed soybeans, all kinds of brands. I recommend the forage soybean because it can handle the browse pressure. They will get hammered and they'll keep growing up. So plant what you want, but this is Eagle Seed. I'll show you guys. All right, let's get to planting. The future food plot. Right here. Look at the browse pressure. Smoking these. Okay, let's see how we get from almost marsh, grass, wet, overgrown pasture to this beautiful plot that just got absolutely hammered by the deer. Let's go through it.
Why nothing happened?
Kidding me? Well, this is what happens when you're when you're doing some work for food plots and the ground's a little too soft. We got her stuck in it, didn't we, Blake?
Yeah, we got the stump grinder stuck.
Yeah, she's buried pretty good. Created a little river in here.
Yep. Had to pull it out with the tractor.
We'll see what we can do here.
Yeah.
So the stump grinder worked great. I just recommend wait until the ground hardens up a little bit so you don't have the headaches that I dealt with. Oh gosh, what a nightmare. $30,000 stump grinder almost sank in my marsh I had back there. Glad we got her out. So after we got all the stumps out, cut the tractor in there, once the ground hardened up, or we would have got the tractor stuck too. As you can see, there was just so many little trees in there. We're just clearing them all out, so when we do get in there to plant, there's not all the sticks and debris. So I tried scraping it as best as we could with the tractor. Worked pretty good with the bucket. You could always use a drag harrow with the four-wheeler too. My son sure enjoyed helping. If you got a kid to help you out, they love working four-wheelers, tractors, any power equipment basically. You can see him now. He's scraping all the loose debris just onto some piles up by the creek just to clear a nice, you can see it's about a 1-acre food plot, about 40 yards wide by 100, 200 yards long, something like that. Next thing you want to do is burn all that dead growth. That's just like a lot of canary grass in there, just dies and lays over every year. Granted, why the ground stays pretty wet. So it's a good idea to get it all burned up. That way, well, you get some new growth, but when you go to till, if you do till or no till, you don't have all that long grass wrapping up in tiller, or it makes it a lot easier to mow too. You can see I got a wet towel. There's a creek right there. That works really good to control the fire. Obviously you don't want to do it on a windy day, but that wet towel really works well. What we're mowing. Wakey, hard at her. Ready to till. Oh yeah. I like the King Cutter tiller. There's a lot of brands out there, but the King Cutter's been really good for me. Yeah. I can't.
I'll hold it.
I'll go in slow-mo with it, you know. You can see I spread the seed pretty thick. It's better to overseed because you're gonna have some soybeans that don't germinate, and if they're a little too close together, it's not a big deal. That way you don't have to go back over it. So I always seed it a little heavier than what they recommend per acre broadcasting. Refill. So that's about half, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got her all tilled up. So you can see behind us, she's all tilled up. Now we got Luke's gonna drag her before we spread seed. You ready, Luke? He's gonna drag her clean. We got some big tractor tracks. Luke's gonna get her done. All right, buddy. Okay, after you broadcast the soybeans, if you got a drag harrow, some guys use a chain link fence. You can use whatever you want. You can see I flipped ours over to so it doesn't dig in. What it's doing is just pulling about a 1/4 inch to about 1 inch of dirt over top of the soybeans that I broadcast out. And that'll really help your germination. Granted, soybeans, if you get a good rain, obviously try to plant before rain. I've definitely had the most success if you can time it out before rain. But if you can't, you definitely want to get them in the dirt. If you get a good rain, I've had soybeans grow that are on the surface. So, but your drag harrow, getting them covered anywhere from a 1/2 inch to 1 inch seems to be the sweet spot. So, good time if you got kids, let them have some fun. My son there is 5 years old. He's having a blast. Really feels like he's doing something. So, good time to get them involved. You can see as he makes his way around the corner of the food plot here, this food plot's actually in a big L shape. You don't want a big circle. You want it where the deer got to explore a little bit to see. That really helps the bucks move around a little bit more and investigate. All right, you want big deer, you got to put in the work. Got my backpack on, 4-wheeler, sprayer, fence post. It's 90 degrees. I'm out here sweating. Get you out there. 90 degrees, sweating my butt off. Mosquitoes are killing me. Wild parsnip. But we gotta spray our soybean plot. We gotta get out there. Here we go. All right. Soybeans are coming up real good. We gotta spray them though. Lots of thistles and grass coming up. Good time to spray them. We don't kill the beans driving over them. They're nice and small yet. So. Right. This is where Double Beam and Goliath had their favorite meals right in here. You see this soybean plot behind me? Beans are just coming up. A little four-wheeler comes in handy. Gonna get her done. No big deer in camera yet, but that's okay. Double Beam and Goliath didn't show up till September 1st when they were hard-horned. And this was their favorite location right here to eat. Nice little secluded soybean plot you can see around. There's 10 feet of brush all the way around. I cleared this out. Put about a half acre, 3/4 acres of beans. And they're just coming up good, ready to spray. So, my trail camera. Right there. That catches all the action. Hopefully Goliath or that 15-pointer comes in here and we get them on cam this year. You put the work in, you build it, they will come. That's what we're doing. Right. Looking good. Looking really good. Beans are about 2 feet high. Looking good. Soybeans for days. How are the soybeans doing?
Struts.
They're taller than Luke. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at these. They're huge. Taller than Mookie. Yeah, thumbs up. Yeah. Okay, we're out here. First week of August. Look at these beans. Oh, Jude. So we're into September and my hunting season starts September 16th by me. So I didn't go step foot in that food plot. You can see the drone coming in here. That L soybean plot we were planting earlier came up really good. This is mid-September. And I recommend planting your soybean plots in cover like this. If you got bedding surrounding it, it really works out good. And just remember, stay out of there and don't put any stands right over that plot. I only hunt the perimeter. You can have the best food plots in the world, but if you don't hunt them right, they're not going to do you any good. You're going to blow out all the deer. They're going to pattern you, and they won't be good. So just stay out of there. Let them feel safe. You'll get a lot more daytime feeding as well. All right, little soybean food plot update. It's almost February. You can see still got a great stand of soybeans, 3 to 4 feet tall. I did not come in here. You can see I show you guys drone footage and stuff and some trail camera photos, but the reason I didn't come in here, an update, I like to keep my food plots deer feeling safe. You can have the best soybean plot in the world, food plot in the world, but if the deer don't feel safe, they're not going to do you any good. So I plant these soybeans in July in Wisconsin. I spray them one time, usually end of July I give them a spray, and then I let them go, and you can see just a great result. And then I don't go anywhere near this food plot, and you'll see the big deer, if they have an unpressured food source, you'll get daytime feeding and they will hammer it. But if you're overpressuring your food sources, you might as well not even plant them. All right, guys, that reached the end of it. That's all I got to show you. I hope it helps you put a good food plot, soybean food plot in this year. Gives you some confidence to do so if you've been wondering what I should do this spring. I know I'm already thinking about this year's food plots. So highly recommend soybeans or corn, and hopefully I made it easier for you guys. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. I'll be bringing you some more food plot videos, show how to make it real easy on you guys and let you know you can do it too. All right.